Welcome to Up to the Minute. It is the 9th of March. I'm Todd Duplantis. Good to have you with us. We are halfway through this week. A couple more days left, and it's spring break here at HCC, and a lot of folks are happy about that. Good to have you with us. We've got some special guests today, but I want to thank all of you who are watching us on Facebook and YouTube. We're here every morning when HCC is in session, right at 10 a.m., and you can also find us in social media, Tony, because we're across all social media platforms, but you have to find the right one.
Yes, what you have to do is look for Houston Community College District, not just HCC. You got to put the district part in there. Houston Community College District, and go to Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram, any of those, and you'll find us, and then you can follow us.
That's right. And you can also watch the rebroadcast of this show on HCCTV. We're now on at noon, 5, and 10 p.m. So if you missed the show, you don't catch us in social media, look for us on HCCTV. All right, Tony, stick around because you're going to be interviewing this next guest. Patty Sobelman joins us. She is the head of school at Pines Montessori School, but she's also a graduate of the HCC Mattress Mack School of Selling. Good morning. How are you, Patty?
I'm really well. Thank you. I'm really happy to be here.
Good to have you with us. We're looking forward to hearing from you shortly, so stick around. We'll be with you in about 10 minutes or so. All right, a reoccurring guest on our show. She's now become a regular. You know, Sarah Gish is joining us now. On Saturday Night Live, they give an award to some people who are like on the show several times. So you're approaching that status because I think this is like your third or fourth time.
Yeah, it's not the 5-year club, but it's close. And I so appreciate you guys having me on over and over again. Not over and over again, but.
Yeah, well, no, we appreciate you being on again. You are an artist, but you're also creator of something called Ignite Your Life. And we want to hear about that because it's something I imagine may be able to get us out of this post-pandemic funk that a lot of us seem to be in right now. But before we get to that, yesterday was International Women's Day and March is Women's History Month. Tell us what you're doing to celebrate this month.
Well, yeah, first of all, International Women's Day, I've been celebrating it for like 20 years. And so suddenly it became very popular. And I'm glad for that. I think what's really important about that day and about this month is to just acknowledge women and all that we do. And you were talking about this post-pandemic bump coming out of the pandemic. And something really important that needs to start happening is gathering together. And I went out to breakfast with some women friends. We toasted each other. We've been friends for a long time. And so just gathering together with your friends again. And that's what I did. I think that, you know, we have the whole month still to celebrate, but now we can all start getting together again and hanging out and just, we all decided that, I mean, I'm married. My husband doesn't want to hear all my processing stuff. And when he does hear it, he wants to fix me, right? We all know that routine. So I just, you know, it's really important for women to have women friends with whom to process and to acknowledge all of the milestones that many women have done around the world. So.
And you also have a 12 Ways Women's group, which helps women transform themselves this year. Tell us a bit about that.
Well, and I hope to do this group many years. I've got, as you said, my Ignite Your Life art project, Ignite. And the art project actually was inspired by the death of my brother to alcoholism. And I really feel it's important to ignite your life. I said it's a firewall to addiction, anxiety, depression, and isolation. And guess what? You know, we've been dealing with all of those for 2 years. And so when I was looking at 2022 moving forward, and I love to help people, I love to share things that I know, what I've been through. I felt like we all needed a bump in getting out of this pandemic. And so I did form this 12 Ways group because out of Ignite Your Life, I wrote 12 ways to ignite your life daily. It's things like take care of yourself, nourish, meditate each morning, meditate, commune with nature, get out with nature. And, just there's so many ways that we need to get out. And so I've started this group. We're going to meet every month. We've already met 2 months of 2022. We're meeting on Zoom and in person. And it's just, again, it's that women connection that needs to happen and is helping us get through.
Well, you've heard so much over the past couple of years about, rises in people, when they shut everything down, they still delivered food and alcohol, and
lots of alcohol.
Yeah. And people found themselves in many cases, maybe imbibing a bit more or exercising less, eating more in many ways, gaining weight, and just not getting out, staying at home and binge watching on Netflix. And when things started opening back up again, old habits stick. So now's the time to break them. Is that kind of the inspiration that kind of got you started with this 12 Ways group?
Yes, exactly. And I've challenged each of the women. There's actually 12 of us all together. I've challenged each of them to visit a nature spot every month that they haven't been to before.
Yeah.
So Houston Botanic Garden is a beautiful spot. It's a repurposed golf course. It's huge. It's expansive. So I love going there. I'm actually doing workshops there once a month, and I'm excited about that. Live music, sit around the piano, the way the Houston Chamber Choir did. But they're starting to have live shows now. They've got one coming up this weekend, March 12th, Saturday, with a Venezuelan female conductor, I might add. And then they're releasing it on live stream. On live stream on March 27th. So just getting out, stimulating your brain, doing whatever you can. Live music is really, really good for your brain. And so
it sure is.
And we also have been in this, we're all PTSD. I mean, people say, don't throw that term around lightly. Well, guess what? We have all been in a stressful situation. And so having PTSD causes anxiety. It's like that, stress letdown that happens to your body, literally. So, so that's what's an important part of igniting your life, and doing those, getting back, like you said, into the routine of meditating every morning, of making sure you exercise every day, eat well. I became vegan right before the pandemic, and I'm really grateful. I call myself a cheating vegan, but I do my best. So yeah, just all those things that you can do. And, I talk to people like Peggy Oki, she's a surfer. And I ask people how they ignite their life, and she ignites it with the ocean and that kind of thing. So,
well, you mentioned going outdoors, and during the pandemic, when we weren't allowed to really go to restaurants or anywhere else, and we were doing everything online, going to Memorial Park, going to the bayou, running, I just kind of boosted all that. And that really carried me through all of this because, like you said, it was stressful on all of us, going through that. And I imagine it's also stressful to a lot of people getting back out there. A lot of people aren't wearing masks now. I mean, a lot of people are still a little uneasy about things at this time. So Ignite Your Life maybe helps, could address those post-pandemic issues as well.
Absolutely. I mean, I've got things on there, and I've got the 12 Ways is a daily checklist. And I have people, I hand out my flyers that has that on there to everybody. And it's daily. It's a daily thing. And one of the things on there is explore your creativity. So create, just, I give people watercolors. A lot of times, the last time I did watercolors was in kindergarten or, elementary school. It's such a fun thing to do watercolors. Learn something new. Just do whatever you can. Speak French, drive a different way home. All those things. It's about brain stimulation, which we haven't had a lot of over these last 2 years.
Where can people find more information on the Ignite Your Life project?
They can go to igniteyourownlife.com. And if they want to know more about the 12 Ways group, they can just, get in touch with me through that website, and I'll let them know for 2023, because I will continue that. I feel like you can ignite your life no matter what's going on in the world, but we especially need it right now. So
I know another thing that's real special to you is the River Oaks Theater. Some great news over the last month. You were out there streaming live from the press conference, but we're going to be back in there in the next year.
Yes. Hopefully by the end of December. It closed down during the pandemic. That was one of those pandemic losses. And they now have the new landlord, Kimco Realty, has leased it out to Star Cinema Grill, and we're really excited about that. So that they're going to rehab it. They're going to update it. The owner, Omar Khan is his name, it's a family-owned operation, and hopes to have his kids there someday. So working at the theater. So we're excited. Yeah.
Yeah, it's an exciting thing. Good to see the backup. Sarah, it's always great to see you. You're very inspirational, and we're going to put some links to the Ignite Your Life project in our social media post after the show. Thanks for being here.
Thank you. It's so great to be here. Y'all take care.
All right. Thanks, Sarah. All right. We're going to move on and talk about the Mattress Mack School of Selling. That's right. It's a partnership with HCC and a Houston icon. And Tony, you've got one of the graduates of the program.
Yes, I do. Patty Sobelman. Welcome to the show, Patty.
Thank you so much, Miss Tony. Happy to be here.
Well, now there are several things behind your name. You're head of Pines Montessori School. You're obviously, as he said, a graduate of the HCC's Mattress Mack School of Selling, but then you're also a graduate and an advisor for the Goldman Sachs 10,000 Small Businesses, right?
Well, I'm a graduate of the program. Yeah, I'm an advisor for HCC's business competition.
Oh, okay. Well, anyways. Well, see, that's a fourth thing. There you go. So many things. So, Patty, tell us a little bit about, several things, but let's start with the Montessori school that you had or that you have. It's been around, I understand, for 50 years or nearly 50 years. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, we're clicking on 50 years. So we are a nonprofit, non-denominational Montessori school. We're located in Kingwood, so a suburb of Houston, just north of the big airport. We were founded in 1977, and we serve children from 6 weeks of age through middle school. So it is an opportunity to have a customer, a family, for about 14 years. And now we have parents at our school who went to our school when they were children, aunts and uncles. So nice legacy, second generation.
Go from one generation to the next. That's wonderful. Well, before we go on, just real quick, Montessori. A lot of people have heard it, but they're not necessarily sure exactly what that means. How is that different than, quote, regular school? Just real quick. You only get
No.
30 seconds to explain.
Right? So the joke about the elevator speech about Montessori is I could tell it to you if the building was like 90 stories tall. That's the kind of elevator that I need.
So that's what you got. Give me an
elevator. But real quick, just Montessori is installing an operating system in children that allow them to be able to follow their passions, right? To be able to have the curriculum match the child and not the child match the curriculum. So we kind of have a longer view that we want education not just to prepare children for school, but for life.
Okay, very good. Now, how and why did you get involved with HCC?
HCC has been just such a blessing to our community, to our school, to myself personally. I've got in kind of what I found out was the back way. I got in through 10,000 Small Businesses, which is housed within HCC. And then that led me to the Mattress Mack School of Business of Selling, and then also through the HCC business competition. So yeah, HCC is my go-to place when I need to learn something new.
How has it helped you? How has it fine-tuned your business?
Yeah, it's an excellent question. You know, as a small business, I'm not an owner because we're a nonprofit, but we think like a for-profit. You really know your business. You know the thing that you do, and the thing that we do is Montessori. But every time there's another angle of our business that we need to understand, that's when we call HCC. So, for example, we went down this rabbit hole that was really fabulous, which is what can we learn from other businesses, other types of industries? And that was, well, we have children that eat lunch with us every day. We have children that take a nap with us every day. What other industry feeds people and places them gently to sleep every evening? Hospitality. So we reached out to HCC.
Yes.
We reached out to HCC and we got in touch with Rebecca Barillo, and she came out to our campus and did a presentation on the art of hospitality, teaching us how to greet our customers, which are children and families, every day, and how to present our lunches and our snacks in a way that would be the most appealing, and not like in your conventional, here's your lunch, right?
I saw a picture of some of the food that you serve, and I thought, oh my God, that's like a hotel.
Because it is, because we learned from you all. Yeah, because we learned from you all. Thank you.
That's very good. And now you've said that HCC has changed your thinking. You're a nonprofit, but you changed from one way of thinking to another way of thinking. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, absolutely. As a nonprofit, sometimes we get caught up in our own nonprofitness of woe is me, right? Just trying to live one fundraiser to another, constantly looking for, ways to fill in the gap in operations. And it was exhausting, and it wasn't where we wanted to be. And the more that we hung out with entrepreneurs, the more that we hung out with people that were in the business of making money, we realized that was a completely different growth mindset. So we joke that we went from the kind of woe is me to grow is me. How can we think like we couldn't raise money? How do we run our business like a for-profit, and then just use our profit very deliberately and differently back within our school, not to shareholders, but to our families and our children and our mission.
So it can be used across many different ways of thinking. So you said something about know your customer. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, we have the opportunity to know our customer very intimately, right? Because we can have the same people twice a day, every day for something like 14 years. So we really need to know them. Mm-hmm. And I know that you mentioned that Mattress Mack school of selling, and that in itself was a game changer in me understanding my customer. I took that class because I really wanted to feel stronger about selling. And selling to me was a really ugly word, right? Because I don't want to sell you on education.
I would never be a seller. Yeah. It's like used car selling. This makes you think of that.
Right. And my fight or flight kicked in, right? If I walk into a furniture store, I walk away from the salespeople because I just don't want to be sold. But what Mattress Mack invited us to listen to was the fact that we're building a relationship. You're getting to know your customer. And once I realized that dance was just me really knowing my families, knowing my customer, knowing what their needs were, and simply, gently, and authentically connecting them with the service that I had. Mm-hmm. They had a need, a place where their children could grow up, a place where their children would be safe and nurtured. Well, guess what? I do that. So it isn't a hard sell. It is just merely a connection. And that's what I knew how to do. I just didn't see it that way. And so the Mattress Mack School of Selling really helped me see how those sales are. And I actually used it yesterday as well, because sometimes you're trying to connect people to something that they don't want to do. And I was able to say, how can I get for them to do it? There you go. So yesterday it was, how can I get us to yes? Because yesterday's program was how to say no to customers. So my customers were saying, no, I don't want to do that. And I'm like, I understand that, but how can I get us to yes? And now it's a partnership.
Let me ask you this. COVID, of course. I hate that name. We've repeated that name so many times.
Never heard of it. Never heard of it. Sorry. I don't know.
Of course, it's hit us all. Now, what did it do to your school and everything? What did you do?
Yeah. So we joke that Maria Montessori, to whom we're named after, she lived through 2 world wars and the Spanish pandemic flu. So we were kind of built for this. So we weren't going to disappoint our brand by not rocking this. So we really doubled down on relationships. We really became very vulnerable to our families and said, hey, guess what? We're built for this. We got this. And the most important part was our school is nothing without the faculty or the families. Mm-hmm. So we made a contract with each other, a covenant that said, we're going to keep all of our families no matter what it took, and we're going to keep all of our faculty no matter what it took, because coming back to an empty building is not who we are. So whatever arrangements we needed to make with parents to keep tuition coming, we made. Any arrangements we needed to make with faculty to make sure they were safe and came back, we did. And the minute the governor opened the doors, we were back, and we've not missed a day of school since the summer of 2020. We just honestly went right through it.
Went back right back into it. That is so wonderful. There's so much that we can learn from what you've learned, and I know that you like to share that. And we really appreciate you being here on the show, Patty. You are. So you're head, let's get all this stuff. You're head of Montessori School. You're a graduate of HCC's Mattress Mack School of Selling. You're a graduate of Goldman Sachs 10,000 Small Business.
True.
And what was the other thing you advise?
I'm advising. I advise in the HCC business competition, which is also a delight. It's just helping people take their mission and try to make it into an actuality. So that's really fun too.
Wonderful. So we need you. Thank you. We appreciate you.
Oh, no, our success is all your fault. So there you go.
Oh, well, good. That's a good thing to be a fault.
All right. Pleasure. Thank you, Patty and Tony. We appreciate you being here. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you, Todd. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
And once again, we'll have some information on Mattress Mack's School of Selling with HCC in our social media post. Okay, some news and announcements that our students need to know. First things first, student loan forbearance. That's been happening. Well, it's going to end May the 1st. That's right. Student loan forbearance is set to end this May 1st. Students who are expected to restart paying their federal student loans, that'll start on May the 2nd. That's right. So keep in mind, if you need to do this, you may need to get your financial plans in order. We have financial coaches that will meet with you for free to help you to lessen the burden that you're going to have to pay. So why don't you log on to the website? We'll put some information in our social media post. Schedule an appointment with a financial coach here at HCC and make sure you're not taken by surprise when that forbearance ends. HCC, Tony, is among colleges chosen by Amazon.
And that's a big thing because Amazon's pretty big. HCC Digital COE Dean Samir Sabir wants everyone to know that HCC is among the colleges and universities Amazon is adding partnerships with to provide a cost-free college education to its hourly employees. According to Fortune Education, this brings the number of schools Amazon associates with to 180. So just to be in that number is very good for HCC.
Yes, that's exactly right. Okay. Student loan work study program. If you're going to college here at HCC, we have a program where you can actually earn money working, which goes towards paying off your loans or paying off your college debt, and you don't have to pay that back. It's the student work study program, and work study positions are still available for spring 2022. Eligible students are encouraged to take advantage of this and learn and earn in the program. Visit our website for more information or reach out to the financial aid department for more information. We'll have a link in our social media post. Fast track training, that's still on the table too, Tony. The website is up and you can get a job, get trained, or get trained, get a job, and really not owe any money for your college training.
And we have so many areas of study like construction, healthcare, welding, smart manufacturing, IT, cybersecurity, you name it, we almost got it. So you just need to go to hccs.edu/fast track to get on the fast track to getting a good career, good high paying.
That's right.
Career.
Yeah, really easy. And they train you quickly and you get out into the job market. The best part about it, the grants that they find you pay for your college. So it's a great deal. Okay, summer registration. Wait, before I get to that, I want to back up for a second because HEERF funding, it's very important. The Higher Education Emergency Relief Funding Package. HCC received a lot of funding, millions of dollars to help our students defray the cost of college. You can still get round 2 of this funding. Eligible students can visit a website link. We'll put that in the show or put that in the social media post after the show. But you got to visit it now. You've got to qualify, and then you can get the funding. Okay, now on to spring registration, because after we return from spring break, Tony, I think one of the final 8-week sessions is kicking off so that you can get some credit hours in before the end of the semester.
Yes. And we have lots of things to think about. We've got 3 dates to think about. April 11th, that's when everybody can check the schedule for the coming semesters. April 18th, priority registration is open for veterans and Eagle Promise program. And then April 25th, everyone can register for any of these semesters. So that's the date to remember. And of course, we have all kinds of classes, everything from online, anytime, to on a schedule, hybrid, in-person, hybrid lab, all those wonderful things. But you got to go to hccs.edu/apply to apply.
Yes. Okay. So keep in mind, summer registration is underway. Fall registration, those are the dates that we've just read off to you. So for more information, go to that website. It'll give you all those dates as well. The main thing is apply now for the end of the spring semester. Summer and fall are on the way. So keep that in mind. Register today for those. Okay. Tomorrow on the show, we've got Diana Barrero-Burgos, who is going to be joining us to talk about things that are going on out at the Southeast College and its virtual family fun day.
Yes. Sugarland Parks and Recreation Department. Fly a kite. They're going to talk us about flying a kite. And of course, in March, we talk about it's a windy time of the year. So flying a kite seems just right. And there's a contest about that.
Yes, go fly a kite. All right. We'll be back tomorrow. Tony's going to be here. I'll be remote, but we'll be live at 10 a.m. right here for Up to the Minute.